Welcome to the podcast. It's Kat and Nat.
Wait till we get a studio and then we record everything and we get hair and makeup for every time we
go. And every time we just jump in front of you, we just sit down in the seats. We have to rearrange the situation the whole time. But in the meantime,
I have wine.
We're having some wine on this podcast. We're actually going to be having a guest. She's going to be joining us in a little bit. We're just going to do a little chit chat to open it up before, but we do love having guests on only if they're fun. Only if we love the guests. Like, this isn't a podcast where you always have guests, because the pressure of always having a guest and finding people that aren't good. Plus, if we have one that's bad, we want to throw it out.
Oh, wow. I don't think we've had one that's bad, have we?
No, because we're so selective with our podcast. Guys, the guest that we're going to be having on is actually Heather McMahan. If you see her on Instagram, follow her on Instagram. She is a hilarious character. She's going to be joining us in half an hour.
I've got it. Are you ready?
What are you going to do?
Can't put a kimono on, so we're in loungewear.
Love that.
Okay, now, but wait, for me to get out of the sweater.
Oh, because it's tight?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one at the end of the day.
Just watch.
For podcasts, we love coming to you and doing the podcast. We like to do, if you've noticed, we do 2 podcasts, just regular podcasts. And then the third one is could be a Q&A or a guest. I ate a hot dog. This is when my kids are like trying to get other hoodies.
It's so tight.
Yes.
It's actually terrible.
Wow.
I should leave this here.
Yeah. Should leave this here. I know.
Yeah,
get rid of it. If it's garbage, get rid of it.
Hard to get out of. Who wants to do that again?
So, guys, as far as this podcast goes, so our guest, she is. I'll tell you about her now, so you can get super excited for when she joins us.
Okay.
She actually, small world. Okay, let's tell you about Heather McMahan. Heather McMahan is a comedian and actress.
Oh, I do know Small World. Yes.
And we did not know this, but we had this guy come on and help us do our tour for one of our runs. And his name was Chris. And Kempner. We had no idea that he just happened to also be Heather McMahon's best friend and her tour company manager.
And her tour, not at the time.
All right.
They were just best friends. And she had never done a tour yet. We're going to have to maybe talk about that.
We'll have to.
We will.
But it was just a small world from someone who, like, she lived in New York. Now she's moved into, where'd
wine go? In Georgia.
Atlanta.
Atlantic City. Atlanta.
Yeah. And
so that's tricky. Atlantic
City in Atlanta.
Is Atlantic City in Atlanta?
I think Atlantic City is in New Jersey.
Oh, that is.
What? Do not
because there's Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And then Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Yeah.
No. You just take a C and add an A.
That's like that Washington.
Washington State
Washington.
No, don't do that.
And she did a farewell tour. It was called the farewell tour because the joke was that she was never going to be coming back. It got sold out. She went all around the United States doing sold out comedy tours. She actually also co-hosts on the Today Show sometimes, which is so big, like that. And she's so funny on it. So sometimes when you're listening to her, like on Instagram, she can be totally inappropriate. But when you go on the Today Show, she knows how to turn around like us.
She can be totally appropriate.
Yeah, she can turn around like how we do when we go on the Today Show.
Yeah.
And
she's fucking funny.
Oh my gosh. So she also has a podcast called Absolutely Not. She's a self-described high-functioning hot mess express who likes to chard so hard. What does chard mean?
I'm sure shit your pants.
Oh wow. I thought that was chard.
Likes to chard so hard.
Okay. And she's
maybe we'll have to clarify with
she's just like a girlfriend that you'd want to like hang out with and laugh your butt off. I love following her. I feel like it's one of those where if the world gets heavy, you can go and you watch her Insta stories and you're just going to have a good time.
If the world was ending,
you'd come over, right? To Heather's Instagram. Her mom is a character in her life too. Anyways, we're excited to have her, but until she comes.
And we also reach out to you guys to answer her questions. So it's like kind of like a Q&A.
That's
really funny.
We get to host it. We're the hosts.
As well.
We're hosting our own thing.
We were going to do it separate. And then I was like, I really could get out of my house right now. Like I was sitting there and I was like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like, why am I just going to sit here and go to my room and then come back out again?
Yeah.
I'm really beginning to wonder if I'm becoming like my husband read, what did he say before I left? There was an article that said Canadians
are like the most like it's the most like depressing place to live in the world right now.
Okay. So I can feel like, what's the point attitude? What's the point? Get dressed. What's the point? You know what I mean? Like, really, if you begin to like break down a bunch of lives, like, what if you have no reason to? So I guess that's when people wear hair and makeup and clothes. They do it for, I guess, now if you do it for you or for others, because
oh wow, I guess we
I'm just saying
do it for others.
Yeah, because what's the point? Like, if some people get dressed, my girlfriend gets dressed every.
I would say, you know what? We wear makeup almost every single day in a pandemic.
Yeah, but that's
we
for
get
us.
Our hair. Yes,
so what I'm saying?
Do things for us.
Yes, I'm just saying.
We're not falling off the rocker.
A little bit.
At least we care about what we think of ourselves.
Exactly.
But anyways, we're gonna. I am online shopping. I have not bought anything, but I'm filling my cart.
Okay.
You know what I want? I want a pair of flare jeans.
I can't wait.
And platform shoes.
Okay.
High waisted.
Okay, I'll go find a look. I'll find a look.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna go find a look.
Oh, you're coming out.
Yes, I'm gonna go find a look.
Okay, perfect.
I'll go find a look.
High-waisted flares with platform shoes.
Sounds like I need to have a look by Monday. Because we have a photo shoot we have to do for tour, and even though we're in a pandemic, we have to get this done because everyone needs a creative, and we waited to get out of lockdown. Well, a year later, we're not out of fucking lockdown, and we need all the marketing and creative, or else we can't do anything.
I think that's so crazy that like we have been sitting here waiting so long, and then like, can you get it to us ASAP? And we are just speaking for people who have not gotten out of dirty yoga pants. We now have to go into photo shoot mode.
I know, and we have to go find actual like marketing outfits and then marketing
and create all of the artwork and the graphic design that goes out that will be on all of these
billboards. And we're gonna buy a billboard. You know that we're buying a billboard with these cool outfits. And we could actually use the new look for our podcast too.
Yeah. I love that for us because really our tour is
our
partially
podcast.
Our live podcast.
So when they see us, they're like, "Oh my God, that's those girls from that podcast."
Yeah.
Get out of the fucking pajamas. No one wants to see us in pajamas. Everyone's done. Roaring 20s are coming. I have said this for a long time. Now I am seeing it in. I would like to say I started the trend, but now I'm seeing it in the news. Guys, get your crotchless panties.
Why?
Well, that's risque.
Okay.
You're like on a bar in crotchless pants in a skirt.
Wow.
You never done that.
Never done that.
Oh my.
Just flash them your cooch.
Well, you're dancing. You don't mean to. You're on a bar and you're dancing.
I usually wore underwear back then.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're on a bar and you're dancing.
Yeah.
And then your cooch.
Does your cooch juice land on the bar and people's drinks?
I don't squirt juice as I'm walking. I don't like. Is yours like a venom?
a leaky? It's like a leaky gut, but
it's like a llama. It spits.
It could. If the Rock walked in. Right.
So Nat's a squirter. I like not even what's the word? Not even provoked. You're an unprovoked squirter.
Imagine. I just see something, I'm like, squirt. And it went into people's drinks and they did shots of my
so
squirt.
You're on the bar and you're closing my eyes. And you're like, sorry.
You're like, don't worry, it's not poisonous. It's like medicine. It's like breast milk. Suck it in.
By the way, I cured you from anything.
We are so
weird. Yeah, but I love weird.
So we have to figure out our outfits. We have to get ready for the photo shoot. I have to lose 40 pounds. Kidding. And we have to get all ready because the marketing is going to go out, which is one, like, it's everything that's happening to us right now, like the momentum, guys. And you've been listening to our podcast during COVID. I mean, if you're new to this, you got to go back. You can just like, there is an energy, there are things that happen, opportunities that are like setting themselves up. And then it's like, can we get the artwork for a tour? And then it's just going to keep coming on. It's going to be like a snowball, but a good snowball of money and diamonds.
You've really made me start eating spinach. And I don't know if I like you for that or hate you for that.
You were like, I wouldn't eat raw. I would
never.
And I'm like, absolutely, because she puts it in her smoothies where she doesn't taste it, but you
can't taste it.
But you gain appreciation and a little bit of an appreciation for the texture. Are we there yet?
No. Because
I might get there.
I'm just like
I like it because it's thick and it feels hearty.
I put a lot of fun in there, and then that's
you eat it because it's good for you, not because you're loving it.
Yeah, I eat it because it's like green, like it's like good and green. I know green is good for you.
See, I actually like the thickness of a spinach or a baby spinach. Like I love that taste. You might get there because I don't think I always like to eat spinach.
Has your Botox kicked in yet?
I don't think so. How's my lip flip? Did you ever notice your lip flip?
So number one, can we talk about this? I didn't know
that you were getting one.
I didn't know what it was.
Because I left. Because I stormed out. Remember when I stormed out and slammed the door?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that's when I wasn't drinking.
Yeah. I
had just read in a magazine what a lip flip was.
No idea.
And now everyone wants a lip flip. Okay, that's going to be the same. I totally agree. Oh, I know. It's going to be me too.
So I went to go for Botox in my jaw, you guys, because I want more for there. I want to take more in my jaw because I really did find it help, but I think that I don't know how long Botox lasts for, but I was like, and I felt my face and I was tasting blood. That's how bad it was because I was grinding so hard. Although I'm getting to a better place, I have found, that after I find the hardest thing about lockdown is not knowing the ending.
Yeah.
I really find, and I mean, one of our teammates, Sam, just went in and not that it's not hard, but at least she has an ending because there's vaccines coming. When we went into lockdown a year ago, it was supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Now we're going on a literal year. And there's still no, it's maybe spring, maybe summer, maybe August, maybe never. No one has an answer. So I really do find the prospects of not.
Hello.
Bitch!
I'm so sorry, y'all.
No, oh God, we were talking about.
Oh my gosh,
we were talking about wearing crotchless panties on a bar when COVID's over and you dance on the bar.
And I'm like, doesn't your vag juice fall onto the bar in someone's drink? And she's like, I don't have a leaky vag. Do you not?
I said, mine doesn't squirt just while I'm dancing. It doesn't jump out at you.
Hold on, I'm gonna give you some light. Yeah, mine, but it's. In the summer though, I'm like one of those people, I don't get ass sweat. I just get full vagina sweat. I don't my vagina sweat.
Just jump into the conversation. I thought she was gonna be like, wait, hold on, I'm gonna get some light. I thought she was gonna say something normal. And she's like, to my vagina sweat. Here we go.
Hold on, let me turn on my ring light and my vagina sweats.
We introed you before you came because we hate introing ourselves. We think intros are the most boring thing ever.
Yeah.
So we just decided to screw that and read your bio to people so they knew who you were so we could get right to land the plane.
Great. Whatever you want.
Are you just get off a TV set?
No, she filmed it yesterday.
No, we shot it yesterday, but I've been rolling all this. I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I've had to roll all this promo shit and I've had meetings. So I'm like, I mean, it's as good as it gets. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to my eggs. So I'm doing all this shit. It's crazy. Yeah. I'm doing
so. Where are you going?
One of the Turks and Caicos.
Fuck you.
Again?
Yeah.
No, you were already there.
Yeah, sorry. I know. Just for Christmas. I know it's our place. And we have a place there and we have family down there. And we just go and hang and vibe. But I had COVID back in January really bad. And so I've got the antibodies and Jeff's vaccinated because he has a heart condition. So I was like, well, we're safe to go. You want to go? And he's like, yeah. So yeah.
Is Robin vaccinated yet?
He is. Yeah, she's good to go.
That's Heather's mom, guys. And basically, when you watch her Insta stories, and I say, I always say, when for people who find social media hard or it really gets them or they feel judged or they feel guilty and all that, I'm like, you all know that account that you go to because it just makes you feel like there's something fun and funny in life. And I'm like, that is what you are. For so many people, and the character of your dogs and your sister and your mother and your husband now.
Yeah, I know, but it's not exciting to say. I mean, I guess it's exciting.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, no, it is exciting, but we've been together 11 years and we've had to reschedule our wedding now to twice because of COVID. And so I'm just like, you're still my fiance. We got legally married because our accountant was like, hey, I don't know if you know how taxes work, but it's going to be a lot more money if you don't get married. So, so we got married or whatever, but yeah, I mean, we all live in the house together. And right now my sister sold her house right before the holidays. So then she was like, I'm going to move in, with you guys and mom, just, until I look and find something. I'm like, sure, no problem. It's going to be a month, 2 months. And now we're like, okay, you need to get something and get going because there's too many people in this house.
So are you you do perma live there with your mom now? Like, I know you renovated, but is that like a forever thing? Like after you unfreeze those eggs, however that works, there's going to be a baby living in that house?
Yes, yes, that's the plan. You know, it's interesting. My dad passed a couple years ago, and so my mom was like going to sell the house. I was like, "Sell the house, mom. Get a condo in town. Like, you don't need all this. It's such a big upkeep or whatever." And then she was like, "No, I'm going to hold on to it." And then the pandemic hit. We were in this tiny apartment in New York, and we got out, and we were like, "All right, we're going to come keep an eye on her because she's 73 and like would not stay home." You know, I don't know. My mom was like, "What? I still got to see my girls at Whole Foods every day." And I'm like, "You need to just stay home for a little bit or wear a mask." So we kind of came down to keep an eye on her. And then she was like, "Listen, this is so silly. Like, you might as well, raise your kids here." So we're taking over the house. But now my sister's here. So we have 2 dogs, a cat, a crazy, 73-year-old. And then like Jeff's like the king of the castle. It's a shit show.
Oh my gosh. And Robin's such a good chef that he just gets treated like the king.
This is going to be inappropriate, but has Jeff seen anyone naked other than you in the house?
No, he hasn't. But honestly, at this point, if he did, he wouldn't be phased. Do you know what I mean?
When you're on tour and you keep people, when you get to the place where people begin to just see everyone naked, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
You're just opening up. And I was in the bathroom and we travel with strippers, and one opened the door and he was like, "God, yeah," because I was there, and he was like, "Come on." And I was like, "Don't worry about it." Like we're so.
I'm always like, nobody look at my nipples. Like, just did you see my nipples? I'm okay if you see absolutely everything except for the nipple. And then Kat's like, one day she's like, "Natalie, after you get off the first half and you come and you change your outfit and you've had some cocktails, we've all seen your nipples and your vagina." I'm like, "No." So we call the makeup artist. He's like, "I've seen her nipples so many times." I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
See, I actively, I think I thrive as a stripper. I have been wanting to show my body for the longest time, but I have crippling eczema in like the hot summer months. So it gets really rashy really quick. So I feel like if I was a stripper, I'd be like, I'm very body confident, but I feel like people would pay money for me to put my clothes on because they'd be like, "We don't know if that's contagious or oozing. Like, why is your skin so red?"
Oh, I'm sure there's rash porn, Heather. There's totally rash porn.
And Kim Kardashian, she's like normalized it.
Yeah.
Although you never see hers. They just talk about it.
That's a good point.
Because she always looks naked and I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's true.
I
literally can't keep up,
I know.
Okay, I put out a sticker for our people to ask you questions. I didn't know I put Marshall questions. It's marital questions. And everyone's like, "What is a Marshall?"
People literally, what are Marshall questions? What does this mean?
So we're gonna see.
I did do a little police work. So we have marshals down here in the South. So I did police work. So if they have any law and order questions, I can let them know.
We have a myriad of questions, but it's really your advice on life. Okay. How does she balance being a mom to rigatoni, but also mothering her own mother?
Oh, can I tell you, that is such a good question because I've realized that that's what I've become. I really do have to mom my mom a little bit. She's so vibrant and so fun and she's so young at heart, but there are moments where I'm like I worry about her. I worry about her as if she's my own child now. And the roles have totally reversed. And then on top of that, I got this wild French bulldog. He's the love of my life, but he was a COVID puppy. So he learned no socialization.
Yeah.
So I'm having to deal with 3 trainers right now. And I'm mortified when I take him out in public because I'm like, "Please don't do something. Please don't make a weird noise. Just be a normal dog." I mean, I don't have kids yet. I can't imagine if I'm worrying this much over a dog and my mom, what's going to happen when I actually have kids?
No, they're breaking you in. When you were trying to, what were you trying to do? You were trying to, it reminded me so much of sleep training. You were trying to get your dog to sleep in a crate or something or not on the bed.
Yeah, sleep in the crate, not in the bed. And we have folded, he's basically sleeps with his ass on my mouth. It is what it is. I'm just like,
we toss a dog salad every night.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. This person would like to know, do you have any advice for what do you do if you still have feelings for an ex and you're married?
I think you have those feelings from afar. Okay. I think you don't talk about those feelings. You go to a therapist, you bury that deep down inside. You don't even tell your girlfriends because trust no hoes. No, I think you just bury that deep down inside. and you stalk very hard on Facebook. Cause I feel like you can't even find, I mean, I don't do Facebook, but I feel like, you know, I'm on the grams, but I don't even know how to find my ex, like my exes, I feel like would still be lingering on Facebook. So you just have a quiet anonymous Facebook account and you stare at them from afar.
Okay. So stalking is fine. Talking is not fine.
Yes,
Heather,
I
love stalking ex-boyfriends so much that,
and then she starts drinking and starts talking. So
yeah,
no, and I start telling stories. But we said that when we get to 1 million on Instagram, we're gonna call
I'm gonna call all the exes
and get them to like recount like what it was like. What number one, if they were single, would they do me? And I would only do 2 of the like tons of them.
Her husband's okay with this.
And would and like how it
did it end?
I said nobody was pining over me at the end. Like nobody missed me. I didn't.
Were you the one that got away, or they like, or was the mom like, thank God you're gone?
No, I did not. Thank God she's gone.
I ran into my ex like from college, and we were never going to get married. Like I knew the writing on the wall, but he was still like he was a nice guy, but he still like cheated on me in college. And I was like, you're cute enough to cheat on me. You know what I mean? When it's like always like the kind of the mildly unattractive guy, and you're like, you cheated on me?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Like I know in college I had no eyebrows, but still, that's not fair.
Nobody did.
Yeah, I ran into him at a wedding like 5 years ago with Jeff. And so it's a mutual friend of ours. And I'm there and I'm thinking Jeff's going to go up to him and be like, you know, I got her. Like, look, you little dick. And they ended up like drinking beers at the pool all day. He was like, Heather, what did you think I was going to do? Like go and like rough him up, like put him up. I'm not going to do that. But he's like, he's a douche. Look at him. He's like, he's not cute. He's a douche. You're with me. Don't worry about it. So I really had to take a moment and go, living well is your best revenge, you know?
Guys, this is another really funny thing about Heather is that she has an amazing husband that you just think he's just the cutest thing ever, but he looks like your dad.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I've always, yes, I need to talk to a therapist about it, like down to like the beard and what they eat for breakfast. Like Jeff cannot start his day unless he has a full lumberjack breakfast. I'm talking like 3 different types of breakfast meat, you know, a nice soft scramble and toast. I'm like, this is a lot.
Does Robin see it?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh,
I love it.
Funny because my mom is back on, you know, Bumble trying to like, you know, she had the love of her life. Now she wants to just find somebody who she can have fun with and travel with. And the guy she keeps going for, I'm like, Mom, you only want somebody who looks like dad. And I get it. I'm like, we don't, all the men her age, she's like, they're too old. She was 11 years older than my late father.
She was?
Yeah. So, but listen to this. She's lying. She's saying she's 63 on the dating app. So she'll meet guys who are like 53. So I'm like, Mom, you're lying by like 10 years. She's like, yeah, but a guy who's 73, he's got 1 foot in the grave. I'm not trying to do that. Yeah.
Oh my God. My mom wants to, because my mom loves you guys too. She's like, Robin, is she really going to go on dates with these guys? I'm like, I think that's the point. Is she?
Yeah, but she hasn't met a single guy yet that she's like, it's living up to her standard. So what
is Bumble the right platform?
Yeah, it's the girl one.
No, I know, but it's for
you have the control. So yeah.
Okay. You put in your age, so you get. Okay. I love that she's lying by 10 years. Well, she is a firecracker for her age. Then she should go younger.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just glad I didn't have to live in like the online dating world, because if a straight man looked at my profile, like if Jeff gets hit by a bus tomorrow, God forbid, like, and I have to go back in the dating world, they would run for the hills. A straight dude would be like, this woman seems like
you get so many DMs. You get a proposal on like day 1. They'd be like, here's my dick, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, let's go, Heather.
I don't know, but I'll take it.
This one needs some tips on how to be a water buffalo and still get down in the bedroom confidently.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
A water buffalo.
I'm built like a water buffalo.
So this is a you. You're a water.
So this person knows you. This person knows. Be a water buffalo and still get down
So you're not like her, like you're not like making buffalo sounds.
Oh no, it's not like a fetish. You're not like putting on a weird fur. It's just like if you're a broad-shouldered woman, you know,
Yeah.
I'm a larger woman up top, and then I have these like weird chicken ankles. I'm an upside down triangle, very misproportioned. But I think you just have to go into it confidently. But this is what I will say: when you are larger up top, do not try and have sex where the gentleman or other lady picks you up. Jeff is always like. And he's a big dude. He's like, I'm going to pick you up during sex. I'm like, we will both end up in the hospital. I have a bad back. You've got a bad shoulder. It's not fucking happening. You know what I mean?
Oh, pick you up.
Yeah. I'm like, why? For what? We have a beautiful king size bed. Lay me down gently.
I mean, in the pool, you could.
Oh my God.
You could pick you up in the pool. That would be fine.
Funny. Don't get them to pick you up.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
This one. My 15-year-old caught me doing doggy style, a dress or ignore.
A dress or ignore.
Y'all the moms. Don't ask me on that one. I would ignore it literally until my funeral or like till I took my last breath and then be like, I was fucking your dad, you know?
Heather, they get old. They go to bed after you. You have to wait till they either go to bed at 11 o'clock and still be horny, or you have take the risk that they won't come into your room.
3 times. I've got 4 kids. Only the baby ever leaves his bed. The other ones are so sleep trained that they don't dare walk out of their bedroom unless they're throwing up on the floor. But that one, he has caught 3 times.
How old is he?
Well, now he's 6. I guess he probably caught us once when he was like 4, maybe once when he was 5, and then maybe once a few months ago. They're half asleep. So he's like, what were you doing? I was like, we were just changing the sheets. No, what did you see?
Yeah, I'm just changing the sheets, you know, gotta keep them fresh.
So ignore till you're dead. Got it.
Yeah, it's good. I like that.
Or I don't know. I grew up in a very liberal household where my parents, we always knew they were having sex because they would both come down in bathrobes. And my sister and I were like, ooh, why? And like when in high school, we'd come home like after a football game and you could hear Michael Bublé playing in the jacuzzi going on upstairs. And my girlfriends would come back and we'd all have like a pizza and they're like, are your parents having sex? I'm like, 100%. It's a Friday 8 though. They know I'm on my way home from a game, you know? Yeah.
So oh my gosh. So they were gold.
But you live in a big house. We live in the small house.
Right.
If you stay in that house, you're going to win because you'll be able to, you know, these are things to think about when house buying.
I can't believe in high school, your parents were still doing that kind of romancing. Like,
well, that's actually one thing I said to my now husband, Jeff. I was like, Jeff, listen, this is going to sound really weird. I was like, but it's very important to me that we are still having sex when we're old. Like if there gets to a point where you're not feeling this, then we need to like go off, figure some shit out and then come back, because my parents were on my father's deathbed. He literally looked at my mother as he's dying of cancer. He goes, well, first he asked for a blowjob and my mom goes, no, you have the catheter in, relax. And then he asked for a blowjob on his deathbed. And then he was like, Robin, you were always a great lover. As we're like, the family's holding hands and he's like coherent. He's not like out of it. And my mom's like, Kyle, the priest is here. Okay. Can you not? And he's like, she was a good lover. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. They were hot and heavy for each other.
That's really impressive.
Was he as fun? Like who's funny?
Because Robin's funny. He sounds funny.
I feel like Robin's not intentionally funny. Robin's just funny.
Well, yeah, Robin's like sly funny. She's just Robin doing Robin. I got my spunk from Robin. I got all my sales and like stage presence from my father, you know? I mean, and physically, like I physically have the same back fat roll that he did, you know, like I am my father's daughter. But yeah, I mean, we were just all very like type A people in my family. I mean, you would sit at the breakfast table. My sister's an attorney and a ball buster and she's funny as hell. So it's just, everybody had to come with their A game. And I think that's why maybe I've, you know, pursued comedy, because it was just like, well, you know, if my family were my toughest critics, I'm like, if I can make them laugh, I can do this for anybody, you know?
Jeff.
Sorry?
Is Jeff funny?
So funny, but in like a nerdy way where he giggles to himself and then it makes me laugh. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you might have a funny kid.
Yes. If we don't, I don't know how to raise them.
I have to tell you. So when I remember we were in this one class in grade 12, and it was like rank what the most important characteristics of a partner that you're looking for when you get. I mean, mine 100 was like top. Like, I didn't even care what you look like it, but if you were like funny and had a good sense of humor, and you can have a good sense of humor and not be funny, but in my mind, it was a funny person with a good sense of humor. Well, I married a guy. He's not funny at all. His sense of humor is not that great. And so far, my kid not looking good. Maybe the fourth. He told me something funny today. I was like, oh, please be the one.
Yeah.
Please be the one.
Yeah.
Now I guess,
it's come, you never know. You like them anyway.
So I got a funny wife. There you go.
There you go. That's all that matters.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, you know, a lot of people wanted to ask you, parenting advice. And I was like, well, I'm not sure. Like, what,
you're going to be the most fun to watch.
When should I stop tracking my child with an iPhone? He's 19 at college.
When should she stop doing what with an iPhone?
Tracking her son with his.
Robin had microchipped my ass a long time ago. Okay. No, and I follow, that's the other thing. I now follow my mom, like on Find Your iPhone. Like she didn't even know that I track her. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know where she is. So she's at Target in the parking lot. And I'm like, Robin, like we were really locked down at the beginning of the pandemic. I was like, where are you? She's like, I'm nowhere. I'm on a walk. And I'm like, no, you're in the Target parking lot, you dumb bitch. Like roll your ass back to the house. Track them forever. Why would you not?
Oh my
God. Know. I mean, that is a tricky thing because it's like now we can
tell you no.
Especially because when you watch Datelines and stuff and they're like, I was missing my child for like 24 hours and then they put out the Amber Alert and all that. And you're like, well, if I track them, I could just tell the police where they are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm weird about safety. I have like 3 girlfriends and we all follow each other and we're even married too. But I was like, I follow you, you follow me. You know, I know what my family is. Like, yeah, I'm just like always nervous. I don't know why. Yeah, we all follow each other and we're like grown women.
Wow. You know,
you're going to get you're going to get kidnapped or murdered?
No, not that. No, it would take like 6 dudes to throw my ass in the back of a van. You know what I mean? Like, no, just in general. I don't know why. I'm just like, yeah, share your location with me. If you ever get into something shady, it's really because I would think I need to be a hero. You know, I like to like, if somebody were to call me and they're like, you know, I'm getting kidnapped or something, I would find them. Like, I enjoy the hunt. I'm just ready to be a hero.
I'm getting kidnapped.
All right. So we have to talk about one story. So when we were on tour, Chris was on our tour.
Right.
You hadn't started tour yet. So Chris Kettner is your best friend.
Yes.
He goes, do you know my best friend? I have a best friend, Heather. Do you follow her? I'm like,
did we at the time?
Yes, we followed her at the time.
Okay.
And I was like, I think I DM'd her and I was like, we're with Chris.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, it was so weird. And then you went on tour and he went on tour, like you two toured together.
We watched all your stories. And like, I think that if I knew that they were best friends when I met him, I think I became way more of a fan, like actually like an obsessive follower, later. And then watching you together and the fucking shit you got up to
when you traveled to.
Oh my God, where were you?
I mean, Chris and I have known each other for 12 years and we met like literally waiting tables in New York on the hustler grind. And he was trying to do Broadway and I was doing stand-up and improv. And we have a mutual best friend, my girlfriend, Christina, who I, met in college. So we were on this little pack of like surviving waiting tables and doing that New York hustle. So then when he went on tour with y'all, I was like, wait, I love Kat and Nat. I love those girls. And then literally the opportunity came up. I was like, can you come on tour with me? And it just like worked out. But we were like surviving. I mean, I know you guys were like on a tour bus. Like it was a vibe. It was a wild ride.
I watched.
Well, first round was not a tour bus.
Okay.
And then like, no, can't do, because it's exhausting. You wake up, you drive.
Yeah. You drove. The way how you had to do it was how our dancers do it. Like
you wake up and drive, and then you know what I'm like. It was our mission. Like we're moms to 7 kids. So if you think we're not going to go and eat, we would go to restaurants and order every single thing off the menu.
And then 60 McNuggets before bed.
And then we would go and drink. Our rider was like so much alcohol. Like they couldn't put how much alcohol. And I was like, no, we're out. We're out of town.
Right. I couldn't really do the same thing because for me, like, and I hear that y'all show is just so much fun and I'm dying to see it, but I couldn't do it because it was just me. So it's like, if I'm hungover, I didn't have anybody to like help me pull the reins.
No.
So I didn't get to party as much as I wanted to. And on the road, like I'm like very like oddly serious about it, but I'm trying to with the next tour, because I feel like, especially after COVID, we're going to be itching. Like, I think it's going to be Girls Gone Wild times 1,000. So I think I've got to pace myself where I can actually do like 2 nights in Chicago, 2 nights in Boston, where I can like go out and enjoy myself. You know, everyone's like, Boston. I'm like, I can't. I got to get on a flight to Charlotte the next day.
Your women they are wild for you. They are so wild for you. They dress like you. They dress up like you for like Halloween and parties. Like they are diehards. They're fanatics. I would die to come to one of your shows too.
We're gonna let you go.
Wait, I just have two more questions. Number one. Well, gosh, now I forgot. Well,
I love that so much.
Are you starting to get tour dates now?
Yeah, I mean, tentatively, we're hoping that we can announce like a fall tour schedule at the end of the summer. But again, who knows? Assholes clenched, fingers are crossed. Who knows what's going to happen?
I literally just clenched my asshole when she said that.
Okay. So we're hopeful too, but I no one's ever. Wait, I'm like, for what? What are we waiting for?
Oh my God, just give me the vaccination, please.
And then the second question.
Well, it was gonna. I always feel like I have a million questions, but I guess if I forgot one now, I could DM her and maybe she would answer me back.
Okay, so you're
Can we come to Turks?
You're going
come to Turks.
You're going on to and people want to know, will you document your freezing of your eggs and unfreezing them, and will you document that or no?
Well, I'm totally open to it. I mean, I've been such an open book, and like, a part of stand up too is like my life is telling my human experience. But I did not know what I didn't know about like fertility and trying to make a baby until I like even thought about it. And the thing is, I'm not trying to get pregnant tomorrow. I realized like, because my career was put on hold for a year, and you ladies know how it is to go on the road. It's a brutal gig. Like, so I'm trying to actually like plan it if I can and put my eggs on ice while I have 2 left and then like somehow come up with the plan. But I guess we'll see how that goes. I mean, I also didn't realize like people are very, some people are very nervous to share that information. I'm like, whatever. If I can get pregnant, I can get pregnant. If I don't, we'll figure it out. I'll get 7 more French bulldogs. I don't know. I'm kind of along for the ride, and I don't mind being the guinea pig and finding the humor in it, because if it helps somebody else on their journey, I'm like, then I did my job. I hope that.
It was a few questions that people were asking, like, I guess though, we have a mom audience, so it probably resonates so hard because they've either known someone been through it or going, like it would be a very poignant topic for them. So that's why I was just curious. I didn't even know till they mentioned it to us. Like when they asked asking questions about it, I'm like, I had no idea.
I had no idea. And then you're sitting in the office and, you're just going to check up and like, let me just see how fertile I am. I'm turning 34. Let's see. And then the gyno goes, well, the left ovary looks real grim. And you're like, what do you mean grim? You're like, you just don't have any idea until you have to like figure it out. So I'm along for the ride. And of course I'm an open book. I'll continue to share, and just, if it happens, we'll see,
I love it.
Everybody wants to see me pregnant because they're like, if she's already ornery and bitchy enough when she's this swollen just after having some sushi, imagine what she's going to be like when she's 9 months pregnant and can't get out of bed.
Not like you. I didn't feel like, I mean, I get bloated from other things, but she's always like, don't worry, it's just the salt. You're bloated from the salt. I'm like, I don't think that happens.
I know it is. Totally.
Oh, I retain water like a jellyfish. I can't get anything on.
Heather, when I was pregnant, I would feel the water swishing in my feet and in my hands. Like you could go like this, and then I peed it out after the baby.
Yeah.
So she was a water
but I peed it out and it kept coming, and I was looking, I'm like, it's not pee. Water was just, it was kind of satisfying to see all the water pouring. Well, because I'd had the baby, I was like, it was a week later, I was like, what the fuck is this?
How long did it go for?
Oh, it kept go. I would have wet the store if I had like, if it had happened. I was like, that's juicy. Wow. Yeah.
Juicy. I tell you, when I do eventually, whether I carry the kid or who knows what will happen, but I will come to y'all for advice because I love and adore you. And I'm so grateful that you guys came on my live show when I was in Canada. And I hope that when I actually get to tour and come to Canada, we can hang out.
We're hanging
Yeah, we
out.
got a whole crew. We really appreciate you coming. What time's your flight out tomorrow? Where can everyone find you?
Yeah.
And what's next?
Yeah.
Find me on Instagram at Heather K. McMahan, K like Kardashian, obviously. And then I've got my podcast, the Absolutely Not Podcast on Dear Media. And then just follow along. You know, we'll let you know when I'm coming to a city near you. In the meantime, you know, don't hold your breath because
what time's your flight?
Tomorrow.
Flight out tomorrow.
What?
What time's your flight?
10 a.m.
All right, babe, go pack.
Thank you so much,
Appreciate you.
Love you.
I love y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
So, guys, that was epic. Y'all,
Oh my
epic.
gosh.
Epic.
Like,
so fun.
I mean, does she not just bring joy to your life?
She made me laugh so hard
the way
the entire time.
She just, the way that she sees life. And I wonder, you always wonder sometimes, like, because when I picture the house that she lives in with her sister and her mother and her fiance and the dogs,
there should be cameras in there.
I think that it seems like the most funnest. Now,
Yeah.
I know everyone has a side that isn't like stress and anxiety and all of that.
Oh, right. And especially every day when you have to wake up with the people every day.
But the way that I picture being in their house, like I want to be there, even if their driveway, their front lawn, it all just looks like a good, the pool.
Natalie,
we go to restaurants.
I'm doing my very best to recreate
That's the place.
A backyard that is like just so.
I know. I just feel like they're because they always
it's
just
hot.
seem.
It's always hot.
But they also just seem so lighthearted about shit. Like everything that's serious, they laugh about.
They don't have kids.
No, I know. But even Robin, like
Robin's great.
It's just funny, and her sister's single too.
It's just good, y'all.
It's
Thank
so
you
adorable.
for listening to us. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you head on over to Instagram, follow Heather, follow us. Let us know who else you'd love us to collaborate with.
Yes.
I'm actually loving the collaborations.
It's so fun.
Especially
when it's that.
But
I know we were supposed to be in Nashville and do all those amazing people, and then shit hit fan. Guys, if you like this podcast, share it with your friends. No,
even if you don't,
no woman deserves to not be a part of this podcast. Give us 5 stars, share it, and subscribe so you're notified the next time one comes out. Follow us on Instagram and on YouTube, where we're dropping amazing new cooking cocktails recipes.
And people are like, I love it.
Good.
I love that.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah, what should we do?
I'll bring something.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I could make it delicious.
Oh wow.
I love not pork.
I loved it. No, I'm not bringing pork. Farting? I can do pork.
My son loves pork, by the way.
That's because it's so good.
I just don't like pork, and I can't eat it. If you make it, I can't.
I know.
I can't eat it. I can eat it. I don't want to eat it.
I know.
I'd like to make you should really make a delicious salad with your dressing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, you can make that dressing. The dressing is surprisingly hard.
Oh.
Not for you.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Yeah, I love to share my salad.
No one, tell me how many, even restaurants.
She's just going to choose things she wants to eat.
Yeah, I am literally. Guys, come on over. Yeah, and leave recipes that you've seen us make and you want us to remake, and do all those things.
My white bean soup is so good too.
Oh, your white bean soup is so good. All right, it's white bean soup. You go white bean, and then we'll just have gas.
Fart all day long.
Bye, guys.